Muslims in different countries. Muslims in Saudi Arabia predominantly adhere to a conservative interpretation of Sunni Islam known as Wahhabism or Salafism. The UAE's Muslims mainly practice a more moderate form of Sunni Islam with influences from the Maliki school of Islamic jurisprudence. Muslims in Qatar primarily follow Sunni Islam with elements of the Hanbali school of Islamic jurisprudence and some Salafi or Wahhabi influence. Iran's Muslims are mostly Twelver Shia, which is distinct from Sunni majority countries in the region. Iraqi Muslims comprise a mix of Sunni and Shia Muslims, with Shia being the majority, resulting in sectarian tensions and conflicts in recent history. Muslims in Syria come from diverse backgrounds, including Sunni, Shia, and Alawite, with Sunnis being the majority. Turkish Muslims predominantly practice Sunni Islam, influenced by the Hanafi school of jurisprudence, in a relatively secular political environment. Malaysian Muslims mainly follow Sunni Islam or the Shafi school of jurisprudence and are influenced by the diverse ethnic backgrounds of Malays, Indians, and Chinese. Muslims in Indonesia, primarily Sunni with Shafi influence, have historically blended Islam with local cultural practices, lending to a more moderate and diverse form of the faith. Pakistani Muslims are mostly Sunni and have been influenced by Sufism and the Hanafi school of jurisprudence. Muslims in Afghanistan predominantly practice Sunni Islam, with a significant Shia minority, primarily Hazaras, in a conservative, tribal-influenced society. Uzbek Muslims mostly adhere to the Sunni Islam of the Hanafi school and have experienced a religious revival since the country gained independence from the Soviet Union. Kazakhstani Muslims mainly follow Sunni Islam with a Hanafi orientation, but the practice of Islam is often blended with pre-Islamic beliefs in Soviet-era secularism. Algerian Muslims primarily practice Sunni Islam with Maliki influence, and the religious landscape has been shaped by the legacy of French colonialism and the Algerian War of Independence. Tunisian Muslims predominantly follow Sunni Islam of the Maliki school, and their practice of the faith has been shaped by the influence of secularism, Arab nationalism, and democratic reforms. Azerbaijani Muslims are predominantly Shia, with a Sunni minority, but the practice of Islam is often more secular and culturally influenced due to Soviet-era policies. Egyptian Muslims mostly practice Sunni Islam with a strong influence of Al-Azhar University, one of the oldest and most respected centers of Islamic scholarship, and have a diverse range of religious practices and beliefs. Moroccan Muslims primarily adhere to Sunni Islam of the Maliki school and are influenced by a long history of Sufism and spiritual practices. Bosniak Muslims mainly practice Sunni Islam, with their religious identity significantly shaped by the historical coexistence of different faiths and the aftermath of the Bosnian War. Kosovar Muslims predominantly follow Sunni Islam, and their religious identity has been shaped by the history of the Ottoman Empire, Yugoslav secularism, and the recent Kosovo War. The practice of Islam varies widely across different countries and regions, reflecting the rich diversity of Muslim communities and the influence of local culture, history, and political contexts. Understanding the unique characteristics and complexities of Muslim communities in various countries contributes to a more nuanced and inclusive perspective on Islam, fostering greater intercultural appreciation and respect.